Everyone is going to meet their maker one way or the other, even if you believe in a maker or not. I believe it was Richard Pryor that once said, nobody gets out of life alive. Yes, most of us, we don't get to know our day and our hour. And I personally, I don't want to know. But some of us, our day and our time and our end was either chosen by us or chosen by somebody else. We got so many things that are going on every single day that is out there willing to take us out, man. Whether it be wars or famines or even dirty air, dirty water. And now something new is out there. And man, it is the food. It is an outbreak that is going on. You know what's stadium poison now? Pre-washed bags of salad, spinach, kale, pre-cut bowls of food. I'm reading off a list. Berries, strawberries, blueberries, any kind of berries and leafy greens and herbs, cilantro, and the pico de gallo, man. And what salsa? I was okay with the kale and the spinach. You could have missed me with all that, but the cilantro too, and the salsa, man, every single day is going to be something new, and tomorrow it'll be something else. How are you going to meet your end? But you can't live your life by fear. No, you can't, and you don't want to either. So this episode is called "Rage Against the Dying of the Light," and do not go gentle into that good night. We often told that, we should face it and be most courageous, and the most human thing that we can do is facing the dark is to not accept it, but to rage against it. Famous poem, Dillis Thomas echoed these thoughts and through a culture, and it's been out there more than decades, and it's more than just a lament for his dying father. It's a command, man, to fight the passivity of age. But let's be honest, raging sounds exhausting. And in a world with a new crisis every hour, how you going to sustain that fight without burning out? How do you live full and die empty? Well, come on, cousins, and let's pod about it. Oh, welcome to the funkiest show this side of the Pecos, baby. Who, me? I'm just your friendly neighborhood liaison and your tour guide for this life that we call life right now, this journey that we call life, excuse me. But hey, every single Wednesday, I like to drop these podcasts. Yes, and today is Wednesday. No, Wednesday we do podcast. I am Terry Patrick, and you are now tuned in to Word to the Wise podcast with the exclamation point. And this is the funkiest show you've ever seen this side of the Pecos. We dropping knowledge every single week. And hey, before I get started, start talking about meeting your end. And here on episode number 73, season 3, we're talking about the dying of the light. Oh my goodness. How will this world end? We don't know. How will your days end on this earth? You have no idea of that either. But man, you can decide how you live. And I got to give it up for Pops and Fat Mama, who showed me that there is a deeper meaning to life. Every single day, they tried to pour something beautiful into me, and I am eternally grateful. See, this is the tension of modern life. We've gotten to the point that we have a deep instinct to live fully colliding in a world that leaves us feeling powerless. And Dylan Thomas, he gives us that poetic fire, man. But where do we find the blueprint for the battle? Today, we're going to explore that poem's ferocious command. Then we'll see how the Bible offers a spiritual blueprint for living with the same fire, but without burnout. We don't want the burnout. We'll discover how to channel that rage into a focused and fearless life. Do you have any fears inside of your life, cousin? Do you have some things that you don't want to happen? I I'm trying to live my life full and die empty. I'm putting all my gifts out there every single day, whether it be poetry. And I hope you were able to check out my series that I had called A Banana in the Tailpipe. I'm also out there doing my writing. I'm working on a third installation to my Skeletons in the Closet series. It's called She's Come Undone. Oh my goodness. And I'm doing this podcast. I'm doing motivational speaking. I'm mentoring, and I'm out there teaching leadership development and emotional intelligence, all of this stuff to try to live full and die empty. But I got to say, it's a couple of ways I don't want to go. Yes, I'm not fearless. I have some fears that are in my life. 2 ways I don't want to go: fire and water. Those, man, are just elements, right? I don't want to die by fire, and I don't want to die by water. And also, I got to add wolves in there. I saw that movie, The Gray, with Liam Neeson. Did you see that movie, boy? Wolves are smart when they're in a pack, but they're even more dangerous when it's a lone wolf. They were tracking them down. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do that. So if there is a way, I don't want to get too morbid on you. If there's a way you don't want to go, drop it in the comment section. Yeah, drop it over there and let me know. If you want to go peacefully, hey, we all got to meet our maker one day. And hey, while we're here, we got to just put our best foot forward, live a spiritual and holy life, and try to live a life that is pleasing to God. And if you would like to be able to give to this program, I would appreciate it. Yes, I am not too proud to be able to say that I need your support. You can find me in Venmo at Word to the Wise Podcast, or you can find me on Cash App at Cat Daddy in the Mix. Any love offering you'd like to provide, hey, it's all welcome. It doesn't matter. Nothing too small and nothing too large. So getting into the art of the rage. Getting into the poem, that repetition, he says it over and over. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. It feels like an obsessive prayer, doesn't it? That rigid form holding such raw emotion it's a metaphor for our lives, finite, bound by rules, yet filled with a capacity for passion. The poem's central argument is not accept death passively. Thomas equate life with light and death with night, and commanding those close of day and to burn and rave. It's like you just need to live to the very last second. He builds a case with 4 kinds of men in his poem, each looking back from the edge of death to just find a reason to rage on. First are the wise men. They know dark is right, that death is natural, but their wisdom, it brings no peace, because their words had forked like no lightning. Their life's work, it feels unfinished, their potential unfulfilled. I mean, do you have anything that is incomplete in your life, cousin? Do you have some things you feel like, man, I need to work on that. I need to finish that project. I got this skill set. I got this thing that I've been working on. Or I want to teach. I want to train. I want to pour into other people. I want to coach. I want to mentor. Well, stop waiting. Wise men know their dark is right. They know that it's coming. So don't find yourself at the finish line getting tuckered out. That's when you need to rage. And then the next are the good men, the good women. See, they look back and they see their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. And they lament not the bad that they did, but the good that didn't do enough of. They didn't do enough of that good. Their mission of goodness feels incomplete. They had the opportunity, they had the chance, and they only gave half an effort. Is that us? Is that you, cousin? Tell the truth, man. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Do you feel like you have put your best foot forward in every single thing that you've done? Wherever you're going to be the best at it. Be one of the best, or the best that you can be. If you go half-heartedly, then you might find yourself as a good man and a good woman who don't look at the bad things that you've done in life, but rather, I didn't do enough of the good that I know I was good at. And then come the wild men. Oh, the wild men who caught and sang in the sun in flight. They lived in a fiery intention, but they learned way too late. They grieved it on its way. And in their rush to just consume life, they never stopped to savor it. Now they panic as the light they took for granted starts to flicker out. I mean, I know plenty of people like that, burn hot, like a firecracker. Their life is always on fire. They always got a plan, always got something in motion. They always got their irons in the fire, but boy, did they flame out. See, anything that burns too brightly and too hot, it has a tendency to be extinguished, I should say. So yes, those are the wild men, the one who lived that unbridled life. And finally, he speaks on the fourth man. That's the grave men, already near death, and their eyes, which could have blazed like meteors, are falling. Yet even they find a reason to fight, a final act of defiance against physical decay. The body breaks down. But after this universal case, Thomas makes a heartbreakingly personal one. He said, and you, my father, there on a sad height, curse, bless me now with your fiery and fierce tears, I pray. What is he saying? He's saying that sometimes our parents want more for us than they had in our lives. And they said, there is my father sitting on that sad height. That was the height. That was the pinnacle that he could reach. But he saw that I wish I could have went further. I don't want that to be me. And I think that is a hiccup in my life. I want so much more for my children that I have spoiled them. Yes, I did. And I spoil my grandbaby even still. So I guess I'm hard-headed and I haven't learned my lesson, because if she ain't got it, it must mean that I'm on my way to get it. That's why she ain't got it, because I want you to have more than me. I don't want you to be at your end of days and sitting there on a sad height. This is the best that I could have done. And sometimes I feel like my life is like that, cousin. Can I get real? Can we just tell the truth right here on Word to the Wise podcast? I feel like sometimes that my life, I am preparing for someone else in my downline in my generation. I feel like I'm preparing a way, because with all my great deeds and my great efforts, I have never been the best in any field. This podcast, I mean, I get meager views and I got small subscription, but I don't never look past a humble beginning. Everything that I've ever done with my life, whether it been hip hop and rap or DJing or anything else that I've ever done, and getting into murder mystery and novel writing, I've never been number one. But that doesn't stop me from trying. But I believe that I may be setting up somebody else, maybe somebody in my family, maybe someone I haven't even met yet. Maybe I'll never get to meet them. And they may look at me in the same light. And there, my great-grandfather, sitting on his sad height, did the best that he could with his life. See, then he starts talking about his father, and boy, it gets real personal there in that poem. See, the public command becomes an intimate plea. It's from a son to his father on his deathbed. He just doesn't want his father to live. He wants a final, passionate connection with his dad. Paradoxical request, curse me, bless me, whatever it takes, shows his desperation. Any fierce emotion is better than a quiet passivity he dreads. See, the rage is proof of life. The poem argues that dignity isn't found in quiet acceptance, but in that struggle, fight, to rage against the dying of the light. is to declare that your life was and is precious. And through written decades ago, Thomas' command to rage feels more urgent than ever, doesn't it? It seems like today and every day that we live in, here in 2026, welcome to mid-July. It's hot everywhere. And every day on the news and in social media, you will find a brand new menace, a new enemy, a new threat. We have things that are going on that are out of our control. But what are you going to do with the one life you have? Because I got to say, I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't. I believe that you are not coming back. You got this one chance. And in the words of Eminem, you only get one shot to not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So you better lose yourself in this lifetime that you have. Go for it. That's what Dylan Thomas is talking about. We face a constant barrage of crises here every single day that can make passivity seem like the only sane response. Cultural script isn't to burn and rave, but to just self-soothe, baby. Check out. This is especially true when it comes to aging. You see, ageism often paints old age as just a quiet fade into the gray. And the poem's command is to rage. It's a direct challenge to that script, reclaiming it as time for fire. It's time for intensity. Yes, I don't care what age you are. What age you are, age is just a date on the calendar. It's not too late for you to get started. What do you want to do? Well, my life is getting closer to its end, man. That is bull crap. Forget about that. What do you want to do? You see all this seniority I got in my beard? I still got a new idea. Yeah, and Papa got a brand new bag too. And I keep thinking about what I want to do next. I'm trying to live full. See, by the dying of the light, it isn't just about life's end. No, it's not. It's about every moment we choose passivity over action, fear over courage. It's about the slow dimming of our potential, wondering if our eyes and our ideas and our faith and our belief, did it fork no lightning? Or did our frail deeds ever made a difference in this world at all? And that brings us back to the problem. Raging is exhausting. Thomas gives us the why to affirm life's value, but it's not the how in that poem. See, his rage is beautiful, it's defiant, but the ultimate hopeless roar is into the void, in the fire that has a substantial source of fuel that will inevitably burn out. And the poem gives us the passion, but where do we find the power? That's when we have to get right here, right now, into the spiritual blueprint. See, while Thomas gives us a powerful command to rage, the Holy Scriptures gives us a spiritual blueprint on how to live in that struggle without being consumed by it. It's a shift that the rage of a lone individual into righteous courage of someone connected to a infinite source, not finite, infinite source of strength. The biblical answer isn't a solitary one single scream, but a confident of trust that says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Okay, so let's break it down. Battle through surrender. I know. Sounds like a contradiction, doesn't it, cousins? How can you rage and surrender? But this is the first crucial shift. Rage is aimed at death itself. A fight he knows he'll lose, because we all got to meet our maker, and that can lead to burnout. But biblical model, however, it invites us to surrender to the things we cannot control, to focus our fight on the things that we can, fear and apathy. In the gospel, Peter walks on water as long as he focuses on Jesus. And the moment he looks at the storm, the crisis he can't control, he sinks. The lesson is clear. The fight isn't against the storm. but it's against the doubt that makes us sink. So surrendering control of the storm allows us to focus on the walk, the path of our faith. This isn't passivity. This is a strategic warfare. You can find your strength in his presence. This is the foundation. In the biblical worldview, the ultimate answer to fear is not the absence of danger, but the presence of God. It's the promise from Genesis to Revelation. I am with you always. Let's look back at Psalms 23. The psalmist doesn't bypass the valley. He walks through it. The courage comes from knowing you aren't walking alone, cousins. Thy rod and thy staff those are shepherd's tools. The rod was a club, fight off those predators, a symbol of God's power and protection. And the staff, it had like a crook or a hook on it for gentle guidance. That was like a symbol of God's personal, intimate care. The dual promise, it refrains from loneliness that Thomas had in his plea to his father. See, the believer standing in the same valley where they assured they were never alone, their confidence isn't in their own rage, but it's the constant presence of the creator of light itself. As in Isaiah 41:10, it puts it, so I do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and I will help you. See, this is spiritual fuel. This is fuel for a fire. And it's a fuel for a fire that doesn't burn out. So I got a call to action for you. Where does that leave us? Dylan Thomas gave us a timeless anthem for the human spirit, a sacred permission to free holy defiance against everything that would diminish or silence us. But a secular rage is what it is. However beautiful it was, it's a finite resource. We can lead to exhaustion and it can lead to despair, but the spiritual blueprint, we looked at it offers us a different way, doesn't it, cousins? It doesn't extinguish that fire. No, it gives us an infinite source of fuel and is transforming the rage that all of us have inside of us. We can take from the poem that righteous fire, that refusal to go gentle into that good night of apathy and fear, and we can take the ancient scriptures from the blueprint on how to channel that fire, how to redefine the battle, how to surrender the uncontrollable over to God. And we can find our strength in his unwavering presence. Yes, rage. Rage against the dying of the light, but you don't have to rage in desperation or in loneliness. You ain't got to do it by yourself, cousins. You can rage in confidence, in communion with the one who said, I am the light of the world. Your fight is no longer a hopeless cry into a void. It's a partnership with the victor. The battle's already won. And if this idea of connecting classical works with timeless spiritual truth resonate with you, I encourage you. I want you to subscribe. Join us as we continue to learn how to live with courage, purpose, and faith in this world that desperately needs all three of them. Yes, I want to be able to help you guys, and because I got to help myself. I'm telling you, when I'm doing some of these podcasts, a lot of times I'm speaking to me, and I do want you to be able to hear this poem, and I'm going to drop it right now, and I'd like for you to have an opinion about it when it's finished, okay? When this video finished playing, I want to hear from you in the comments section. Let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm doing this all live because I am the producer, the distributor, and the public relations. All of that here on Word to the Wise, a one-man band. Without further ado, here is my man, Michael Sheen, great actor. And he is going to perform the little 1-minute poem. That's all it is. It's a 1 minute, 1.5 minute poem. So if you've made it this far, thank you. You are in for a surprise.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light.
Very powerful poem right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you did. Because right now, look, I'm going to tell you, my people, we all have something that we're facing. And you don't have to face it alone. Well, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be seeing you guys again on another Wednesday where we're going to be dropping episode 74, 75. We're going to just keep going. Yes, it's a jungle out there. There's always something right around the corner. Just know that I got your back like vertebrae. Yeah, it's a jungle, but I'm swinging like Tarzan. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to give it to you how you should get it. So, hey, love, peace, and hot catfish grease. See ya.
I hope you like the podcast and you really like the podcast.
Come on, be serious.
And you really like my podcast. Like and subscribe.